So, it's been 6 years. I assume I owe all of you an apology. Before we start here, I'm not going to do like an intro or an outro or anything of that sort. I've seen YouTube's current landscape enough to know that those things aren't really done anymore. So, for the sake of this video, I'm not going to be doing that either. But let's talk about the past 6 years. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video, and what happened? Well, two things: college and work. So to kind of give a quick rundown, but not too much of a quick rundown, we had to move out of one apartment and move into another apartment, and that kind of caused some issues because the person who was primarily like paying rent and all that business, I can't get into too much of that stuff, but they weren't around, which, you know, to no fault of their own, things just happen, that's life. But I kind of had the choice between either pursuing college stuff or kind of leaning more into work in order to pay for utilities, and I leaned into work in order to keep stuff like gas and electricity and stuff on. So that's what I did. That was the choice that I made. With all of that being said and all that being done, I would like to say that 6 years later, I have a house. I'm not in an apartment room. I am actually in my room in my own home now. I have a mortgage, and at 25, come on, that's not that bad. That's pretty okay. You know, it's nothing compared to other 25-year-olds, but hey, good start, right? I'm somewhere on the plateau. So, why am I back? 6 years later, most people would have just said that their YouTube channels were like dead and buried, and they weren't gonna do anything else with them, which is kind of what I'm doing here, at least for GrandOwlGaming per se. I want to make videos, but I also don't want to make videos, if that makes a moniker of sense. The reason why I want to make videos still, it's not exactly like videos, but more like animatics. So animatics, they're kind of like storyboards that have like voice acting, sound effects, music, all of that stuff. It's like a almost finished television episode. That's like me like putting in like extremely gross layman terms. So where am I doing all this at? On my new-ish YouTube channel, Strigaday Productions. Strigaday Productions is where I basically create animatics. I hire voice actors to do voice roles. The scripts are written by me. Everything is like drawn by me. All of the timing, sound effects are found and provided by me. All of this stuff I try to do by myself, and all for the sake of showing like other industry professionals or whatever that like, hey, I am a guy who can competently write stories. I can competently draw. Like, you need sound effects, I'll try to find them for you. Just like whatever the industry currently needs at this point in time, I want to be that guy that provides for the industry. So that's what Strigaday Productions is for. It's to show that I am like a guy of 100 talents and that I can be able to do stuff like this. So, aside from that, what about this channel, GrandOwlGaming? I'll be uploading stuff, but it's more for the sake of a project that I'm working on, and that would be this book right here. This is The Natural Way to Draw by Kimon Nicolaides, and this is a I don't want to say it's a complex art book, but it's an art book that I have seen many people talk about in both like Amazon reviews, or just like a lot of well-known artists have made comments and various forms of commentary about the book. The most famous of these examples being Marshall Vandruff, who has talked about this book plenty of times. And for all the reviews and for all of the things that I've heard about this book, and like there's a range. Like some people say this is like the best book ever. Like heck, even right here, not only the best how-to book on drawing, it's the best how-to book we've seen on any subject. That's Whole Earth Catalog saying that. But at the same time, you will see people on Amazon basically say like that this book is impossible to go through, that the exercises are just too much, that people don't have the time to do it. So I want to try and change that just a little bit, or at least prove that these things are possible. The way that I'm going to prove that these things are possible is by doing the book itself. To kind of give an example of how these exercises work, is that as you can see on the screen here, it's like a graph basically, and the graph here shows this is schedule 1. Everything is labeled A through E, which you could interpret as like whatever 5 days of the week that you would like to insert them in. And then as you can see on this column right here, that everything is ranged by like half hour, quarter hour, half hour, whole hour. And basically it's supposed to accumulate up to 3 hours of work, basically. 3 hours of work for 5 days out of your entire week for 25 weeks. Or, as I'm going to be doing it, 3 hours every single day for the next 125 days. I started this January 1st, and I'm going to go from January 1st all the way to May 5th, which is the 125th day of the year. So, with all of that being said, why am I doing this? I'm doing this for various reasons. First, to show that it actually can be done. The way that I plan on tackling this experiment is by doing the classes between the hours of midnight to 3 o'clock in the morning. And this is me still working my same job at my old hometown. So that is a hour and 45-minute commute there, working an 8-hour shift, sometimes like 9 or 10-hour shifts, and then making an hour 45-minute commute back home, where I have to, do my regular house duties and whatnot, and then still find time to basically, take that little 3-hour slot and do this. So it's just to prove that it is possible. That everybody that says I don't have 3 hours in a day. People do have 3 hours in a day, and even if you don't have 3 hours in a day, you have a sizable and significant amount of time to learn a new skill. Learning a new skill is not impossible. In my 6 years of, working at restaurants even, I've learned that there is always time to learn a new skill and stuff. I've even spent some time, learning how to build a website, learning different languages, although I'm not the best. I'm not the most best at it. There's no guarantee that you're going to be good at any of this stuff, but there is a guarantee that you can learn. That you can learn and get better at any skill that you want to pursue. That's the whole point of me doing this book at this particular time. So, how will I prove that I actually do this stuff? I have a account on TikTok, which I never thought I'd hear myself say, but here I am. Basically, with the account on TikTok, which if you're watching this video like as soon as it comes out, there will probably be nothing on the TikTok. But like by Sunday or something, there might be like a handful of videos that are released. So I guess just look out for Sunday. And the whole point of the TikTok account is where I will use this right here. It is an 800-page sketchbook, which should be enough pages to get all, and I mean like all of the material that you can out of this book. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. And with that kind of, space and material, I should be able to do everything on one book and use my old cell phone to show the footage, like, or at least like little pictures. I don't know how TikTok works, unfortunately, so just bear with me the first week or two as I learn how to use TikTok and make it a suitable platform for this kind of stuff. But the whole idea is that I will be displaying the pages that I learned from each exercise, and then after that, just doing that every single day. So by the time it hits May 5th, there should be like 125 videos that displays all of my time, all of my progress, basically everything. What else? That's right, okay. Finally, what about this channel? I will be doing weekly vlogs. And by weekly vlogs, I mean like every week I'll come up to the camera here and kind of just talk about what I have been learning from The Natural Way to Draw, what's been going on throughout the week, and also kind of like I want to use it as a means to record my mental health, because I already know, like I'm already feeling it now. Just drawing between the hours of midnight to 3 o'clock in the morning, and then like going to sleep, waking up, having to get out the house at 8:30 to take the bus, all of this business. It is going to be tiring at best. So I'll use my days off to learn, a little bit here and there, but also use my days off to sleep, to compensate for the lack of sleep that I might get from like the other 5 days of the week. Like it's a messy experiment, but it's also very doable, which is the whole point of this ordeal. That it's messy, but it's doable, and that there is a significant amount of sacrifice that is going to have to go into this, but I am prepared to make that significant sacrifice in order to grow. And that's basically the whole gist of it. I mean, heck, that's the whole gist of learning. So, yeah. Where do I go from here? I mean, that's kind of it. I'm expecting either Sunday evening I'll do my first vlog post, if not Sunday, because, if you've seen my channel or if you've seen my videos for the past 6 years, you guys know that I'm not the best at keeping promises, at least in terms of providing content or videos or whatever. But if I don't get to it Sunday, I will get to it my next day off. it's not gonna be anywhere as like clear or like as large as this one is. There'll be a lot like very short form, very like almost like diagnostic reports, if anything. And with that, you know, I can monitor how things are, and we'll just go from there. And hopefully, by the time that we reach May 5th, I will become a much better, much more talented artist. Or, yes, not talented, skillful? Yes, I'll be a much more skillful artist. And I can be able to create drawings that everybody can be able to marvel at. Aside from that, though, that's kind of everything that's been going on. You know, like that's like it's a very brief explanation for what's been going on the past 6 years, and a very not so brief explanation of what I'm going to be doing for the next 125 days. So, with that being said, I'm not going to tell you guys to do anything silly like liking or subscribing. I feel like we're past that point for this channel. I don't think I'm ever going to get back on a horse with like GrandOwlGaming, but if you guys do want to see like this stuff going on, I guess you could subscribe. Seeing like my vlogs and my weekly mental health reports. If you want, there is my TikTok. Oh gosh. Oh god, I'm saying that. Okay, there is that. But most importantly, there is Strigaday Productions, which is like, that is my newest obsession. That is my newest like thing. I know there's only one video right now, but throughout the course of this year, especially like after May, like I'm talking about like in June and July and stuff, I might like make some short animatics and stuff that you guys can be able to see. Depending on how my schedule is, by late September, early October, there is a like big-ish animatic based on a script that I've been working on for like the past month and a half. So there is all of that. I have stuff planned for 2024, and I do want you guys to be there with me on my journey, you know, through the good stuff, the bad stuff, whatever ugly drawings are going to be coming out of here. Trust me, I tried contour drawing for like the past like 5 days now, and contour drawing is not my strong suit. I am like, it is, they are rough, but I digress. Yeah, so if you like this, you like it. If you do want to support me in my current endeavors, there is my TikTok and there is Strigaday Productions. I might put up my other art things as well. I don't know how this stuff works yet, but yeah, so if you're interested in any of that, be sure to give all of that a look. I would very much appreciate if you guys actually saw the animatic and just left comments. I already have enough comments knowing the gist of what I have to do, but it always helps to get a little bit more. And yeah, so that's it. This is GrandOwlGaming signing out. I'll see you all next week. What I used to say? Stay beautiful. That's what I used to say. Alright, so stay beautiful, y'all.